3 kids vanish, a deadly plant creature is hunting Hawkins, and the only one standing in its way is 11. But this time, destroying the monster isn't enough. Every battle reveals an even bigger nightmare hiding beneath the town. Here's the complete recap of Stranger Things, Tales of 85 episodes 1 to 3. January 10, 1985. Hawkins, Indiana. Things are already going south. In the middle of a dark snowy woods, something unseen is on the hunt. A creature lunges at a victim in a hazmat suit. The hazmat-suited man fights back. He manages to kill the creature. But then, green dust escapes into the snow. It spreads. Something has escaped. Meanwhile, Mike rushes out of his house. He grabs his things while talking to Lucas over the walkie-talkie. He skips breakfast. He says goodbye to his family. He runs to meet his friends. Lucas and Max are waiting. The group heads toward school together. Dustin is at the convenience store. He is short on money again. He jokes with the clerk as he grabs snacks. Then he runs to catch up. On his way, bullies chase him. He manages to escape them, but something strange happens nearby. One of the bullies disappears, dragged under the snow. Moments later, something attacks again. Unseen, but deadly. Elsewhere, 11 is living in secrecy with Hopper. Hopper reminds her of strict rules. Stay hidden. Don't use her powers in public. Keep the cabin a secret. He is protective and afraid of losing her. 11 understands, but wants freedom. Before leaving, Hopper gives Mike a clear warning. If anything happens to 11, there will be consequences. On the way to school, the group talks excitedly about their plans. Spring break is coming up, and they're already discussing places they want to visit, including the arcade, the pizza shop, and maybe even Starcourt Mall. Not long after, Dustin finally catches up to the group. He's clearly been through a rough morning, but he jokes about escaping the bullies and tries to brush it off like it's no big deal. Still, it's obvious something happened. At school, things don't go much smoother. Will accidentally bumps into a bully, and the situation quickly starts getting heated. The bully starts causing problems, while Will refuses to back down. Before things can get any worse, Mike steps in and tries to calm the situation down. But before either side can do anything else, someone else steps forward. A new girl. She confidently shuts the bully down and puts an end to the confrontation before it can escalate any further. The bully backs off, and the tension finally fades. Afterward, the girl casually introduces herself to the group. Her name is Nikki Baxter. Her confidence immediately stands out. She isn't intimidated by anyone, and she clearly knows how to handle herself. Needless to say, Mike and the others are impressed. Later in class, Mr. Clark announces that he'll be leaving temporarily. In his place, a new teacher named Mrs. Baxter takes over. As part of her lesson, she talks about evolution and explains how organisms can adapt and become enhanced versions of themselves. At first, it sounds like an ordinary science lesson. But considering everything happening around Hawkins, her words feel like they might mean something more. After school, the group starts planning their next D&D session. There's only one problem. They don't have enough money for supplies. Lucas quickly comes up with an idea. Why not use 11's powers to clear snow from driveways and make some money? Mike immediately worries about Hopper's rules, but the others think it'll be fine. After all, they're only trying to help. 11 agrees with a simple answer. Friends help friends. So the plan begins. The group starts working through a wealthy neighborhood. Just as 11 is about to use her powers to clear the snow, Mike quickly stops her. Hopper's warning is still fresh in his mind, and he doesn't want to risk anyone seeing her abilities. The others remind Mike they're only trying to earn some money, while 11 insists she can do it without anyone noticing. After a brief discussion, the tension fades, and the group starts fooling around instead. Before getting back to work, they break into a friendly snowball fight, laughing and enjoying themselves for a moment, completely unaware that something is watching from beneath the snow. Their fun is suddenly interrupted when a snowplow driver arrives and angrily confronts the kids for working in the neighborhood. Before the argument can go any further, without warning, the creature bursts from below, dragging the terrified driver under the snow. The attack happens so quickly that the group can only watch in shock as he disappears without a trace. Realizing they've just witnessed another attack, the friends regroup and try to understand what they saw. The creature moves beneath the snow like a shark, making it almost impossible to track. They soon realize this isn't a normal animal, it has to be connected to the upside down. Mike suggests telling Hopper, but the idea is quickly abandoned. If adults or the government get involved, 11 could be taken away again, and none of them are willing to let that happen. Instead, they decide to deal with the creature themselves. When they ask 11 what she wants to do, her answer is simple. Catch it. The group immediately starts putting together a trap. Mike and 11 take lookout duty. Lucas and Max prepare to capture the creature. Will gets into position in case they need to attack. And poor Dustin is chosen as the bait. Covered in raw meat, Dustin reluctantly agrees to lure the monster while everyone else waits for it to strike. Everything is in place. Then the creature finally makes its move, but instead of going after Dustin, it changes direction. Its real target is Nikki Baxter. She's walking alone with her headphones on, completely unaware of the danger beneath her feet. The group screams for her to run, but Nikki can't hear a single word. Thinking fast, Lucas pulls out his toy catapult and fires a shot, knocking her headphones right off. Confused, Nikki turns around. That's when she sees the snow tearing toward her. She wastes no time. Nikki takes off running, jumps over a nearby fence, and tries to escape. But before she can get away, the creature bursts out of the snow and lunges straight at her. The episode ends on a shocking cliffhanger. The creature continues pursuing Nikki through the snow. Lucas fires his toy catapult and hits the creature. The creature immediately changes target from Nikki and locks onto Lucas. Max throws a net over it, trapping the creature for a moment. Will grabs a stick and starts hitting the creature, trying to hold it back, but the creature overpowers him. Nikki rushes in and uses an iron trash can lid to push the creature away, but it is still too strong. The rest of the group moves in quickly. They pull Will out of danger. Max and Dustin push against the creature together. Working as a group, they finally force the creature back and push it off, making it fall away. The creature tears through Max's net and breaks free. It immediately starts pursuing all of them. The group switches into panic mode and begins attacking it together like a mob. Mike swings a bat and hits the creature, drawing its attention toward him. The creature chases Mike, and he runs, but it corners him quickly. Just as the creature is about to attack Mike, 11 uses her powers to hold it in midair. While 11 is restraining the creature, Mike notices something inside it as it is being pulled apart. After 11 throws the creature into a wall, she begins trying to destroy it. Mike suddenly stops her and tells her there is someone inside. Hearing this, 11 hesitates and starts pulling open the creature's stomach. As she tears it apart, Dustin recognizes the person trapped inside as one of his bullies. Will and Max immediately step in and help pull the bully out of the creature's body. With the person rescued, 11 finishes the fight by tearing the creature apart completely. The bully regains consciousness and quickly runs off in panic. After the chaos settles, Nikki starts asking the group questions about everything that just happened. At first, Mike refuses to trust her, but Nikki insists she already saw everything. She tells them her life has completely changed after what she just witnessed, and promises she won't tell anyone as long as they tell her the truth. After thinking it over, Mike agrees. He tells Nikki they'll explain everything tomorrow since it's almost curfew, but until then, she can't tell anyone about what happened. Nikki agrees, and the group heads home. The scene then shifts to the strange green spores that escaped earlier. They drift into a nearby pumpkin farm, where they begin to gather together, slowly giving rise to another terrifying creature. The next day, Mike and the others head back to the old gate leading to the Upside Down to see if it has reopened. After searching the area, they discover the gate is still completely sealed. That means the new creature couldn't have escaped through the same portal as before. The discovery only leaves them with more questions than answers. If the gate is closed, then where did the creature come from? After confirming that the gate to the Upside Down is still sealed, the group decides it's time to take matters into their own hands. They officially formed the Hawkins Investigators Club. Dustin explains that he's placed tip boxes all around town so anyone who sees something strange can leave a note for the group. At first, the others aren't convinced the idea will work, but after thinking it over, they agree it's their best chance of finding answers. Later, the team heads to Nikki's house. When the door opens, they're surprised to discover that their new teacher is Nikki's mom. After greeting her, Nikki steps outside to join the group. Away from the house, Mike and the others finally tell Nikki the whole truth. They explain everything about the Upside Down, the creatures they've fought, and how 11's incredible powers have helped them survive all this time. As the group is explaining everything to Nikki, they're interrupted by a girl named Rosario. She notices Dustin's Hawkins Investigators Club flyers and immediately starts making fun of them. Rosario, Dustin's longtime rival, laughs at the idea and confidently tells him she'll be the one taking home the trophy at the upcoming festival. The festival features a pumpkin eating contest, where contestants race to finish a plate of pumpkin, and the first person to finish is declared the winner. The scene then shifts to a nearby farm. Two children are outside as their grandfather drives away in his truck. As the kids head back toward the house, thick vines suddenly burst from the ground and wrap around the girl's brother, trapping him. Without hesitating, the girl grabs one of the farm tools nearby and cuts through the vines, freeing her brother just before they can drag him away. After that, the group starts checking the Hawkins Investigators Club tip boxes. Unfortunately, most of the boxes are filled with nothing but trash. After sorting through everything, they finally come across 2 reports about unusual sightings. Even with new leads, 11 is still feeling down. Noticing her mood, Max suggests that Mike take 11 to the upcoming festival to cheer her up. The scene then cuts to Dustin following one of the investigation leads. There, he runs into the same bully who had been trapped inside the creature. The bully had used the tip box as bait to lure Dustin there. He immediately starts demanding answers, asking Dustin what they did to him. Dustin insists he didn't do anything. The bully then reveals that his friend, the other bully who chased Dustin, is still missing. Dustin says he doesn't know anything about it. The bully threatens to go to the police. Realizing that could expose everything about the Upside Down, Dustin quickly stops him. He manages to calm the bully down, convincing him to keep quiet and not tell anyone about what happened. After a moment, the bully agrees and walks away, leaving Dustin relieved that the secret is still safe. The scene shifts to the festival. Mike, 11, Nikki, and Will are all together. Mike tells Nikki and Will to take the other route while he goes a different way. After splitting up, Mike and 11 start enjoying themselves and having fun at the festival. Meanwhile, Nikki and Will walk together and talk. Nikki starts admiring everything they've been through, especially how they went into another dimension and survived it all. As they continue walking, Nikki notices a game stall where players use a hammer to hit a machine as hard as they can. If the meter goes all the way up, they win a prize. Will decides to give it a try, but he fails. Nikki then steps in and shows him how it's done, striking the machine perfectly and winning the game. However, the prize turns out to be mostly junk. So instead of taking the prize, they decide to keep the hammer they used to win. Lucas and Max follow the same lead and arrive at the farm where the two siblings live. They learn from the siblings that the pumpkin farm is alive. Lucas and Max decide to check it out for themselves. Inside the farm, they discover pumpkin-like creatures attacking them. They immediately run as the creatures begin to chase them across the field. While escaping, they stumble upon a tractor and use it to fight back. They drive it through the farm and destroy several of the pumpkin creatures. After the attack, Lucas and Max learn from what they saw that the pumpkins being used at the festival are coming from the same farm. That means the festival pumpkins are connected to the creatures. They quickly inform Dustin about what they discovered. Dustin immediately grabs his bike and rushes toward the festival to warn everyone not to eat the pumpkin desserts, including Rosario. Dustin rushes into the festival in a panic, only to discover that Mike and 11 are about to eat the pumpkin dessert. Panicking, he runs through the crowd and starts knocking the pumpkin plates out of everyone's hands. When he reaches Rosario, she fights back and refuses to let go. In the struggle, vines suddenly burst up from beneath the plate, and Rosario accidentally ends up eating the pumpkin. Immediately after, she becomes enraged and starts chasing Dustin into the woods. Dustin's group eventually finds him in the forest, but suddenly, they hear strange creature screeches in the distance. They shine their flashlight and discover a massive plant-like creature, with Rosario standing right in the middle of it. The creature lets out a roar, and the episode ends on a cliffhanger. Episode 3 starts where the team is stunned seeing the plant-headed creature. The creature fires sharp vine shards at them, but 11 uses her powers to stop it. The creature then hides in the forest and launches a surprise attack from underground. A vine from underground catches 11's leg and drags her up. Mike and Dustin try pulling 11 down, but they get captured while trying to hold her. The creature separates them with another vine. After that, Mike and Dustin are already captured. The creature then turns its attention to the remaining group, Lucas, Max, Nikki, and will start getting chased by the monster. They manage to hide behind trees, but the creature breaks through and continues chasing them. The creature grabs Nikki. It then goes after Will. Lucas uses his catapult to distract the creature, and it changes direction and grabs Lucas and Max instead. Will runs out of the forest. Nikki thinks Will has abandoned them, but he returns with the hammer they won from the game. Just as the creature is about to attack 11, Will uses the hammer to smash its tongue, forcing it to release everyone. The creature breaks the hammer and moves to attack Will. Before it can strike, 11 uses her powers to stop it. She turns the creature's own vines against it and destroys it, freeing Rosario. After the battle, Rosario suddenly wakes up. The group quickly takes her home and lies to her, telling her she is allergic to pumpkin. Rosario is confused but believes them. The next day, the group gathers and discusses everything they know. They put the clues together and figure out that the creature needs a human host to survive. If the human host is removed, the creature dies. However, they still don't understand everything about it. They decide they need a real scientist to help them figure it out. Nikki then suggests her mom. The group goes to Nikki's house and meets Mrs. Baxter there. They don't tell her about the creature directly. Instead, they use the evolution topic she teaches to ask her questions. Mrs. Baxter explains evolution and how organisms adapt to survive in different environments. As she explains, the group starts connecting it to their situation. They realize the creature may be something trying to adapt after escaping another world, possibly the Upside Down. She also explains how some organisms leave behind spores or biological traces to survive or spread. This makes the group remember the green dust the creature leaves behind. They begin to suspect it is part of how the creature survives and spreads in their world. Mrs. Baxter's explanation gives them the answers they were missing about the creature's behavior. As they leave, the group decides to investigate every place where the creature has been seen, hoping to find more clues. Lucas and Max head to the pumpkin farm, while Mike, Dustin, 11, Nikki, and will search the forest. At the pumpkin farm, Lucas and Max discover dead vines along with strange green spores. At the same time, the others find more spores in the forest. Dustin immediately starts taking pictures to document the evidence. The team continues deeper into the forest until they discover another vine. As Dustin moves in for a closer look, the vine suddenly attacks. Luckily, Nikki reacts quickly and destroys it with her weapon. The group follows another lead to a construction site, where they believe the vines are mostly hiding. They don't find any clues, so they question two construction workers, asking if they've witnessed any strange or paranormal activity. The workers say they haven't seen anything unusual. With no new information, the group decides to leave. But the moment they walk away, vines suddenly burst from the ground and attack the two workers. The vines quickly transform them into terrifying plant gargoyle monsters, leaving the group in complete shock. The transformed creatures suddenly attack. 11 uses her powers to separate the human host from one of them, but to everyone's surprise, the creature stays alive. Confused, the group is forced to flee as both creatures begin chasing them. They split up while running through the construction site. One of the creatures catches 11, but she slides underneath it and uses her powers to force the human host out. Even then, the creature refuses to die. Meanwhile, the rest of the group gets cornered by the second creature. As it attacks, 11 catches it in midair and hurls it into a car, triggering a massive explosion. But before she can recover, the other creature charges in. 11 pushes it back with her powers, only to get distracted and struck by the second creature. She is slammed into a pile of wood at the construction site. Seeing 11 hurt, Mike rushes toward her, desperately calling her name. Episode 3 ends. And thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.